Okay, all right. So in the past 2 days, we've talked about what is not or is a function. Okay, and we did it by looking at a table. So today we are going to look at what is or is not a function by looking strictly at a graph. Okay, all right. So let's go. Okay, all right. So 2 days ago, when we started this topic, right, function or not a function, the first day I gave you a brief conceptual lesson on why that's the case, right? Why having x repeated itself is not a good thing. Okay, and then yesterday we looked at some regions questions. So today we're gonna look at something by look at the graphs by using something called a vertical line test. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here we have 3 graphs. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna repeat the same thing like we did yesterday. We're gonna record the points, okay? And we're gonna examine whether something is a function or not. So for example, right, if we look at all the x values, right, so I'm gonna plot some points here. So I'm gonna plot this point. Then I really should use different colors. Plot this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point. We're actually not plotting, I'm just recording the points. All right, so let's record the points. All right, so the first one is 0, 1. So 0, 1. Okay, I'm not writing it as a coordinate. I'm splitting them up between domain input and x or range output and y. Okay, so next one, wait, 0, 1, right? Yeah, interesting graph. Okay, all right, 6, 0, 8, negative 1, 10, negative 2, and 12, negative 3. So look at the graphs, right? Now, by looking at the graph and then recording down the coordinates, is this a function or not? Strictly by looking at this, right? Like the lesson from the last 2 days. Is this a function? Yeah. Right? Because the x value doesn't repeat, right? Okay, so let's do the same thing for this next one. Now, this is a crazy curve that I don't think you're gonna encounter in the 8th grade. Now let's see, I'm trying to record some points more carefully, even though some of these points are like a little bit off. So I'm gonna record these 3 points because these 3 points I know for sure, even though, I mean, I could record this one, I guess. It'll be a little bit off. All right, so the numbers are gonna be a little bit off. Actually, no, it's right on, actually. This is right on. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, let me record these 5 points, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, all right. So let's see, right? So here we got negative 2, 0. That is negative 1. So you notice how I'm gonna following the line, okay? I'm going with the line here. So that's why I'm going with negative 1, 3. That's the origin, 0, 0. That's 1, negative 3. And that's 2, is that 2, 0? That is 2, 0. Okay, now is this a function just by looking at this? Yes, right? Because the values don't repeat, right? Now, you might say, Mr. Ng, but the y repeated, right? There's a 0, there's a 0, that's in a 0. But I never said anything about the y, right? Repeating, right? I never said anything about that, right? I only said the x can repeat if it is to be a function, right? Now, look at the third one. This is a circle. So let's record the points again. So here we got negative, let me just plot the points first. So the obvious 4 points are here, right? So let's see if there's anything that I should record. Nah, probably not. All right. Because the rest of them are gonna be imprecise, okay? But that's okay, all right? So here we got negative 3, 0. I'm gonna go clockwise, 0, 3. All right, and then we got 0. Wait, hold on. Negative 3, 0, 0, 3, 3, 0, and 0, negative 3. Hold on, let me press pause and double check. Hold on. Okay, all right. So look, right? Is this a function or not? Based on this, look at these points. Is this a function? No. Why not? Because the 0, look here, the 0 repeated, right? That means that's not a function, right? Now, having said that, can you discern a pattern between these three graphs? Okay, so for example then, right, like if you were to look at this line, right, straight line, right, that's a function. Even this crazy wavy line, right, that's a function, but somehow a circle isn't a function, okay? And without further ado, I'm gonna tell you this right now. So if you, in a graph, the way that you can tell whether a graph is a function or not is that you don't actually even need to record the points, okay? Now, if it helps you, you can, but there's a more quick and dirty way of doing it, okay? And it's called a vertical line test. So what's a vertical line test? It's basically saying, right, here's the rule. A graph, you should write this down, vertical line test. A graph represents a function if and only if all the vertical lines intersect the graph at most once. Now, lots of important information here, right? First, it has to be a graph. Second, it has to be a vertical line, okay? And lastly, it's at most once. Meaning this, watch this. If I were to draw a dotted line, right? Let's use this, even though this line's gonna be like really thick. All right, let's see, let's use this, right? So I'm gonna use a vertical line here, right? Because it's a vertical line test, right? I knew that, right? If I were to take this line and I were to pass it along, right, going left to right, all right, or right to left, it's up to you, right? If I take this green line and I go left to right, and at every point in time, right, it only touches the graph at one point, right? So notice, right, as I'm passing this green line, right, this green line only touches the blue line, the original line, once, right? Right, same thing, all the way at the end, right? If it passes this test, then it's a function. Okay, think about it like that. Again, if a graph passed the vertical line test, then it's a function. Okay, you might want to write that down too, okay? So again, if a graph passes the vertical line test, then it's a function, okay? Or if the graph passed the vertical line test. So again, watch this, right? I take the green line, I scan it across, 1 point only, 1 point only, 1 point only, 1 point only, right? Look, even here, right? It's only 1 point here, 1 point only. Now, let's see what this looks like for something that does not pass the vertical line test. All right, look. Okay, that's 1 point, okay, right? But watch. Here, look. It touches, this green line touches the circle graph here and here. That's 2 points. That's no good, okay? And as a matter of fact, if I keep going and going, it will be the same thing, right? 2 points here, 2 points here, right? And especially, look right here, right? It touches the green line at 0, 3 and 0, -3, which is what we wrote down. That's why it's not a function, okay? If I keep going now, if I go all the way to the end, there's another point that is, that is only 1 point, right? That intersects with the green line, okay? But that's the only time, okay? So the other thing that I also want to mention, all right, in the 8th grade, at least, there's no such thing as a horizontal line test. So don't try to do this and then try to like go like this, okay? Not in the 8th grade, at least, okay? So again, right now in our world of Algebra 1, vertical line tests only. Now, you don't have the technology that I do, right? Like you can't on the Regents exam, you can't draw a line and then move the line on a paper, right? Like, unless you're like a wizard, all right? In that case, you know, I don't know. I was gonna say if you're a wizard, then, you know, then maybe you don't even need to take this course. But then, why did Harry Potter go to school? All right. Okay. Now, a one way to do it, all right, not the most elegant way, is to use, all right. I didn't draw this, by the way. All right. So don't give me credit. You can use, right, your index finger and just scan it across, right, at any point in time, right, like this, right, same thing, you can scan it across, right, and if it fails the vertical line test, right, then it's not a function, right, like this one right here. Now, when I was your age, all right, I had regular fingers like you guys have, all right, but as I've gotten older, my index fingers, actually all my fingers, they look like fat sausages. So at my age, can't really do this anymore, all right, because it's just gonna end up like covering like half the graph, okay? So here's an even more elegant way of doing it. Where did okay, oh no, the hand just went into the table and I can't retrieve it. Oh, that's not good. All right, let me try this. All right, okay, I got it back. All right, so what's a more elegant way of doing this? All right, you can use a ruler, okay? As a matter of fact, a clear ruler. So watch this. All right, I know, I'm cool, okay? I know, it's a virtual ruler. Look, I could make this like, I could change the size and I could rotate this. How do you rotate this? All right, so, yep. Let me look at the time, by the way. Oh my God, 11 minutes already. All right, so you can use a clear ruler. Okay, again, I know I'm cool. Okay, you don't have to go out of your way to write me an email to tell me how cool I am. Okay, all right, I already know. All right, so you can use a clear ruler, right, on the test, and just scan it across. Even if your test is on a computer screen, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very elegant and meticulous way to scan across. Hold on, I gotta turn the lights on. Right, again, right? Same thing. So, and the clear ruler really helps because it helps you see what's underneath also. Okay, right? Again, I can use a ruler to scan across. Right? So that's what really helps. Okay, now having said that, right? That's a function, right? Passes the vertical line test. This is not a function, right? Look, it touches the vertical line at 2 points here. This is not a function. Okay, so having said that, right? Look at these three. What do you think? Is the first one a function? Right? Let's try it. Yeah, right. That's a function. Now the second one with the curvy line, I'm a lot more careful, even though I'm going pretty fast right now. Right? It passes the vertical line test. This one, right? This square root function, right? Same thing. So all three of them are functions. Okay, I should have given you one that's not a function. All right, let me just. Yeah, this one's a function. Yeah, okay, all right, okay. Now, do I have more examples? No, okay, all right. Having said that, so let's try some regions questions then. Okay, all right. Let's see. Hold on, yeah, we gotta go through the regions questions, okay? Because there's no point in doing this tomorrow because it's not a tough topic. All right, okay, let me get my ruler. Now, this one, right? This is multiple choice, by the way. Is this a function, basically? That's what they're asking, right? So let's look at the choices. Okay, the choices are a function because for horizontal line test, there's no such thing, all right? Not right now. A function because it passes the vertical line test, that's it. All right, moving on. These questions aren't hard either. Like we just need time to go over it. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Okay, all right. Look at this one. All right, you can pause if you want to, but I'm just gonna fly through these. All right, the accompanying graph shows the curves are the best fit for data. Okay, all right, yeah. Which one is not a function? Oh, fantastic. Love this question. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like this. I can tell already, right? It's A, right? Because look here, where A is. Maybe I could draw 2 points to show you guys. Look at here, right? It's over here and over here, right? These 2 red points, right? That doesn't pass the vertical line test, so A is not a function. Okay, so let's see. All right, next. All right, which representations of functions? Oh, great question. I'm a little worried if you can see this here, though. All right, that should help. Okay, which are functions? Okay, well, let's see. Let's start the process of elimination. So that's not a function, right? Because 2 repeated, right? That's not a function, right? Because that fails the vertical line test. Is this a function? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's a function. And then, now that is a function, okay? Right now, if you were to graph this, by the way, I think you can graph this because you must have spent some time last year doing something similar to this, okay? Not completely, but that's also a function. That's a linear function, okay? So let's see. So that's 2 and 4. Okay, moving on. All right. Which relation is not a function, okay? A relation, it's a larger family in which a function it's a member, okay? So relation is like the umbrella term for functions, except relations aren't functions, okay? Function is a type of relation, but relation isn't exactly a function, okay? Now, which is not a function? All right, let's see. Let's start eliminating. What's not a function? Did anything repeat here? So that's a function, so I gotta cross that out. Right, let's see. Yeah, right, because nothing repeats, right? This is a function, so that crosses out, right? And then now this is multiple choice with 4 choices. Now this one eventually I can show you. So, but this one is a function, okay? So don't worry about this. I want you to just get today's lesson, okay? Don't worry about equations yet. Now this one, I'm gonna write it down, okay? So 1A, 2A, 2B, 3C. So 2 repeated, so that's not a function. Okay, all right, we're almost there. How are we doing on time? Okay, all right, I feel a little bad. Okay, all right. Which does not represent a function? You know what? Let's see. I'm gonna stop here. Okay, let's go over these in class, okay? All right, okay. I feel a little bad because I'm 3 minutes over, but the lesson was easy, so. Okay, all right, let's do the rest in class, all right? Have a good day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
OMG, that was so good.